I'm of course talking about Mutiris. One of the best to ever do it. BC.Game, clear things to improve coming into a new day. Surprised to see them even ban Inferno in this veto, respecting their opponent. So map they 13-1 at Legacy. Full B stack in this pistol, but with no noise getting made. Rotations must be called. 3D Max even flank up connector. Electronic might be gone.
Ain't no way you're ready for this. And Gravity. Oh, thought about holding the shot for a moment. Electronic forces it out of him. Still, 5v4 here. Rotates arriving in towards this A site. Aragorn dead straight away. It's Lucky feasting on BCG. Only Simple left. 1v5 as this begins.
Go on.
Saw him win one hell of a clutch yesterday, but first round of this series, thrust into the 1v5 clutch. This is surely too much for him. Run down, the guns come hunting. 3D Max pick up the pistol.
Yeah, the mentality of Legacy was broken yesterday after that first map. That much was clear, but this is going to be a lot harder of a squad to break. A lot of ego, a lot of eagerness on this 3D Max team. And even hearing from Maka in that pre-game interview, not a lot of worry about this roster, thinking it's a weird mix. And hey, he's maybe got a point. But BC.Game is still here, looking to qualify for Stage 2. Simple Deagle, 4 Glocks, take their time. It's a fun revenge arc this series, Harry, in this tournament for BCG, because when we saw Simple in FaZe back at Austin, when FaZe went 2-0 in the second stage, they matched against Legacy. A Legacy who were talking a lot of smack. You remember Simple responding with choice words of his own, shut the F up. And then they lost that game. They went on to play who? 3D Max. Gravity pulled out his classic phrase, Simple, take your mouse and click. And 3D Max also won that game. So Simple found revenge yesterday to Legacy. Is he going to find double revenge to 3D Max as well?
Yeah, not a dish best served cold, a dish best served twice over in Simple's eyes.
Come back for seconds.
Tries to get involved with the Deagle. It'll just make its way around the pack now. Aragorn, not to be underestimated.
And remember, I mean, he came in super cold to this series on T-side overpass. It's not like there was anyone saving them, but Simple and Electronic were not there. It was all about kind of not just the comeback, but the resurgence of some of these players. Crazy, who was really quiet, recovered well. Electronic and Simple storming towards the end of CT side. So hoping for just a little bit more fight out of the gate here from BC.Game. But nice to know, even if they do go down, that they can rely on their CT side. 3D Max convert their pistol with ease, and now guns come out.
Touched upon this at the top of the day, but in a short little interview with Aragorn, he talked about just how surreal the feeling is that this team even exists in its current fashion. And I like that that's, you know, that's kind of the sentiment of the community where this squad was put together. To try and get them some invites, try and get them some time versus top teams. I like that that's a sentiment shared.
You what?
By the fellas in this roster.
That's an insane move. He just walked through con, didn't look anywhere. Very curious. These rotates are going to take time. Meanwhile, BC.Game have just walked into A.
They've got a lot of room, right? Lucky just kind of playing back. They're looking to play this one in a 5v4 retake. You get shunted out of position by the util. Don't have anyone in the site itself. That's not info that BCG have, but they're about to get it. And here's the bomb plant. So time to get comfortable here, lads. Spam even connects. Mutiris.
Go.
Okay, that is going to sweeten the deal. Serves to spice things up. You were feeling quite good about the 5v4 retake. Chance to throw in a little gimmicky boost, but with it removed and the util locking you out, save is called straight away.
I don't mind it here from 3D Max, right? It would have just been a very chaotic round where you're relying on sticking that bomb in the smoke. It's hard to flush players out of toilets in a post-plant, so 3D Max don't leave it to chance. They get to play a full rifle round again, and a couple of them. So BC.Game have to really break through this economy early in the map.
I think the thing that's nice for BC.Game is the idea that they didn't win their first rifle round on the T side last time till round 11.
Oof.
Right? You've at least kind of got your foot in the door far earlier here.
Lovely spam. Just seals the fate of the round here. A decisive save here for 3D Max. No AWPs in play just yet. Aragorn being a bit safer in con, using his util, getting some support from Utiris. Ollies go in. Booster B for early info. And BC.Game regroup at that B site. Oh, boost on top site. Aragorn's missed it, but they've missed him. BC.Game right there at the door.
I mean, Exercise is very committed to holding Monster close to this smoke. Right now, if they walk in through the short side, you need the guy on the bottom of the boost to hold on to this. They've had Exercise back up a little still. This could get really awkward. They spot the short play. Good check for Exercise as he repositions out to the barrels. 5v4 found. They know about him, and the electronic spam has whittled him down. Even sees the blood. He knows that connected, so I kind of hope electronic just recommits to this spam, and there it is. Exercise dead. Rotate's starting to arrive in through connector. You've got to flush out these players down here in pit. They're going to try and walk it forward. That retake is still coming in from short. Bomb yet to get planted. It actually tumbles away from BCG. Ends up even in this 2-on-2. Electronic 3 kills deep. How many more can he get on that swing? It gets silenced. Keen work from the rotates, and the slowdown for BCG costs them.
Yeah, it's nice slowdown in the meantime because 3D Max go investigating, and that gives BCG the kills back into the round. But in the meantime, 3D Max are coming in fast. They're coming in on the flank. They get set up as soon as we go into a 2v2. 3D Max pounce. Short-term gain, long-term pain. 3 kills for Electronic, not enough as 3D Max win out that rifle round, and that really galvanizes the save in the previous round. Keeps their money in good standing. As BCG certainly buy back in. But without this rifle round landing, we might see the Frenchman start to streak away.
All right, Simple, this is pretty ferocious stuff, and he's got the rest of the team in behind him. Very, very quick. You hear that smoke come down. I think mentally, you're anticipating you've got a bit more time to work with before they even arrive at the toilets. Simple was out through mid before the smoke even fell, and so they're operating on a very forward timing right now. You got to remain cognizant that you didn't fully clear the bathrooms, and that might come into play later. For now, it's rewarded you a bomb plant and a 5v5 post plant to get set into.
They saw them at long as well. They just got info. Reflash for BCG, but remember, these are pistols and MAC-10s. They have to run at them, and Body is ready and waiting. Kills just delivered. Flash dodge. Simple needs a response, and he needs it quick, but Body further from the angle profits. BCG could have just walked it back toilets, but going into Body leaves them bodied and leaves them bruised. 0 players killed despite the bomb plant. Felt like BCG really rushed that one. Nice call to get him into the site, but they go no further. This is a map, by the way, that 3D Max have gotten away with minimal play on, right? Since it got added to the pool, only a handful of games. 6 maps played. And 4 of them losses. So BC.Game maybe feeling like they can punish today. Right now, 3D Max looking pretty comfortable. A lot of info, although BC.Game don't know this. They've been boosting short every single round, just spamming different boosts and rotating off the back of it. So again, info, the water is clear. Be very quiet. And Pistols walk out middle. Simple saves for the AWP. 3D Max have 3 players ready topside. Just another pop here.
Yeah, quick explode, try to thrive in the chaos. Got some util on Aragon, right? 1 smoke, 1 flash, just to try and bring you into this round. That's going to come in now. Flash to tee up these pistols. Not a great one. Maka still vision out towards long, and with support from Lucky, distance maintained between them and these encroaching pistols. It's a dominant put down of that one from 3D Max.
That's why you get lineups for your flashes. You don't just eyeball them. That bounced off the little bit of wood and bounced backwards in front of toilets, so it blinded no one in the bomb site. You know, it's a pixel off being a perfect flash, but without it, they just get massacred. Tiniest details mattering here. And 3D Max having a whale of a time. 5-1 up, barely taking deaths.
Thing that is nice about the return to the rifles is getting to see a bit more work from Electronic over here towards B. Used to be a phenomenal lurk player out towards Monster, just really, really hard to deal with. Always keeping you guessing. And right now, these players on the B site have had a bit of a free ride, free info whenever they've wanted it. Electronic might look to change that. You've also taken a man advantage here. So this is an important round for BC.Game. 5v4 from the get-go, teed up to go B now into a weakened bomb site. This is where they have to follow through. 3D
Max have read it, right? These rounds have been pretty obvious from the offset where they're ending, so they're going to gamble. 3 players lower. As Maka drops in just in time. They're deeper than you're ready. Exercise takes a dink as a result. High damage done here for the BC.Game, but can they finish off the kills? Nades connect and Aragon doubles up, but still alive in the pit. Not for long as they get cut down by Electronic. 2 from him, 2 from Aragon, and 2 from BC.Game.
It's just a potent reminder of what Electronic is capable of. You know, that is a classic Electronic play.
Yeah.
Just the contact walk out through Monster. He's done that his whole career on Overpass.
And on both halves as well, right? One of the most meta smokes in defense of B next to between pillar and barrels is that Electronic smoke, right? That's when he started using it in the Na'Vi jersey. And we saw in that comeback yesterday how integral he was at holding down the B bomb site. Him and Aragon constantly putting up multi-kills. But 3D Max, right, they've taken clean rounds in this game. The rounds they have won. So they have a lot of money right now.
Even that early save, like, still paying dividends, right? And so you touched upon it rounds ago. It's still very much a factor. You get to remain competitive. With clean rounds in there, with a 4-man save in your first round loss, you won't get dislodged from this CT side on the back of foregoing 1 round.
Orbs out for both squads.
Oh, missed mid-util.
That molly's pretty difficult. Don't really even see most teams try it. It's usually just the molly playground with a nade, a smoke in mid. But we just saw last round BC.Game broke the smoke and found their 5v4. Maka not revealing his orb, didn't have spawn. Simple takes his to long.
I think for a lot of teams, for a lot of players, especially AWPers, you know, you kind of relish this chance. In the past, whenever you used to face Simple back in his prime, it was terrifying. But this is a chance to, you know, take down the man who's always been at like the forefront of the GOAT conversation. pull one over on him while he is, not in his absolute peak form. A highly anticipated return.
And something that 3D Max have already done, like I said, at Austin, against arguably a better team. Without a doubt, a better team.
There's the opener for Maka. AWP fires off. 7-1. And this A site ready to receive. 3 players here. You've touched upon how these rounds have been pretty telegraphed. It's been fairly easy to figure out where they're ending up. There hasn't been a big deal of trickery, and Maka's AWP just given these commanding lines to fire through. Wallbang did connect there for Simple, but he's so quickly the last man standing. Maka throws the hammer down.
And I don't want to be that guy again, but it's coming down to the little details. They missed a truck molly. If they hit the truck molly, Maka doesn't get 4 frags there, certainly. There's 2 players playing truck together, and BC.Game missed the molly for that position. It lands on the roof. These things matter. These things win or lose you games. And right now, BC.Game are flubbing their utility. No! Exploited, yes, by Maka. 4 massive frags on the AWP, but it didn't have to be that way.
I mean, here's the thing. It already felt like a bit of a miracle that you were able to pull off one hell of a comeback to open up your run in Kraków. If you don't get another round on the board soon, if you just keep hemorrhaging them on this T side, you are once more leaning on a huge CT comeback.
And as fun as that is to remember the glory days and know you can do it and have that in the pocket, it's not reliable, is it? It's not. There's no guarantee.
No, it very much relies on all the stars aligning at the perfect moment.
Yes, and remember, they lost Pistol. They won Force by. So even then, even those first couple of rounds decided, getting a bit lucky maybe. We say Pistols are a coin toss so often. Okay, B-Pop here, coming out fast.
But they're going into a 4-man stack. There's just way too many players here for you to break through, and you're already working with limitations. 3D Max battle forward, another well-placed, well-called stack to dismantle the offensive out of BC.Game. They know where Simple is, and they're quick and up for the challenge. Lucky runs him down. 3D Max still remain in full control.
Yeah, just fearless play right now. Great calls. Multi-kills from everyone. Stacks in the right place. With the exception of that save round, it's been 3D Max destroying them on these gun rounds. Simple's AWP is back. Maka's ever present. Ooh, Aragon getting knifed in the back in spawn. Never fun. Little misclick. Ouch. Starting this round already on the back foot. And you want to talk stacks, Harry. Look at this one. 4 on A.
No, the 3D Max have been out positioning them in so many of these rounds. Just a great call, right? You just demolished the B play. You've kind of dealt with it every time they've looked to bring it in. And so you say to yourself, there's no way they do that again. There's no way they test this on B again. And they play heavy, mid-aggro, Gravity even getting deep down long into the corner. I don't think this is an angle you clear.
He wouldn't turn down the chance to knife Simple, would he? Oh, Simple runs away. But Gravity should hear that, so he's in hot pursuit.
Bombs down here in Connector, though. And that makes me a little nervous. There is a standoff brewing.
Electronic is out B right now. That's where the call is coming from, but they've got to get through short. Exercise got to spot the shadow advantage. Easy pickup for him. Crazy needs the trade, and without it, the round falling by the wayside. Electronic's entries matter not without that bomb. Simple here. Too little, too late. 1v4.
Simple it is not. A rough round. And 3D Max sprinting up into the lead. Head in hands moment there.
Just calling from the front as well, aren't they, right? Making these stacks out of spawn, calling 4A, but they're not just sitting still 4A. They get all the info, they clear out middle. Yeah, Simple, not ideal. And they allow players to walk down con, to rotate B safely. Electronic's position doesn't really matter.
And it's a shame because I think what they were trying to do there is objectively like a nice idea. You've been getting red, you've been a little too obvious in where you're ending up, so they were trying to use Electronic to do what he does best, which is just these contact walks out through Monster. But they've just given up so much ground, they're already a man down, that the round feels too far gone. I hope it doesn't shunt them away from using Electronic in this position in the final round of the half.
Well, he trades
it does feel like their best bet.
Yeah, he trades out his teammate here, so it keeps some map control for BCG. And 3D Max leave this AWP alone on the A site.
I mean, Mac has just not been missing. 10 and 1. You know, you almost don't get better than that.
And you want him taking these repeats, grabbing info, trying to thin the herd. Another flashback along, gets the spot on the scout, and has the angle as well. Maka gets a bit of help. They trust in Gravity alone at that B bomb site. As BCG get closer and closer, 40 seconds, the play is clear.
Even just the info that Electronic was spotted over here towards upper, it's nice info to have. There he is, dead out on the long side. Mutir is another swing and a miss on this scout.
Oh my,
finally hits a shot, but it's a quad swing to deal with him.
They just jump around the corner. They do not give a damn right now. 3D Max, full control. Does this, the question, Harry, does this feel more dominant than the Legacy 11-1? In a way, I think it does. Because these rounds have been so clean.
Yeah, you just haven't put 3D Max under much stress. And you know, I have no doubt everyone's thinking, well, they won
for that second half
from this scoreline yesterday, and it's like, yeah, but to do that twice over, back-to-back times,
wouldn't that be legendary?
I mean, it would be legendary. You kind of can't take that away from them.
It's all you have
if
to.
They do it, but
it's all you can say in the halftime break.
Let's see if they are able to just sweeten the deal, give themselves one extra round, and
come on, guys, we've done it before. But will they do it again?
Okay, they are going to use the Electronic walkout, and again, it looks good for him to get some space here. Chance to catch Gravity on a reposition. He's going to see him there, and this kill comes for free. Controls the spray. Electronic finishes the job. 2 kills on the entry pathing. Electronic has been the bright spark here for BC.Game. Takes Exercise to deal with that demon. Closing in, Exercise off the mark. Body wrestles one back, but the round is far away from him. 1v3 required from Body, 15 and 4. Topping the charts for 3D Max. So if anyone could make you believe, it's this guy. Body moving in. On the angle is simple, and he'll finally get something done here. 3 rounds for BC.Game, a commanding half for 3D Max, but we all remember, we thought they were out of it yesterday. Can they really pull off this scale of a comeback 2 days in a row?
for sinless truth. I swear I saw the light. I my soul eclipsed through a kaleidoscope. I called the doctor, said I need a re-up. Gasoline dreams that I drink from my cup. Endless now, head over heels again. I don't wanna be alien to you. I swear I saw the
.3D Max as the gatekeepers of the top 16. Well, they are playing up to the level right now on the BC.Game pick of Overpass 9-3 up after a very successful CT venture.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, look, we wouldn't even be entertaining it if you hadn't seen a comeback of this scale once already. But I'll say this, a lot has to go right for BC.Game. Not a bad place to start would be getting Simple switched online. Right now, when you look at the efforts, it's really only been Electronic getting anything done. And with Simple dead early right off the top of this round, and an A site that's wide open, 3D Max, they've got their finger to the pulse.
Yeah, it looks like they've said in that halftime break, guys, don't play scared. Don't let them back in. Let's rush them down in this pistol. Full send to middle, taking down Simple, and they've got the sight as well. Flank contained for one more kill, and it's a 2v4. Blink and you miss it. Boost over the truck. They're going to fight together. 3D Max is having fun right now, and they get themselves double digits after the pistol round. Electronic hoping for a mistake that will not be given over. 3, 2, 1. And 3D Max come in. Now, it was the force buy, if we remember yesterday. It wasn't actually the pistol round they won. So, I mean, that's what you've got to believe. But do they go for it once more?
Just, you know, you're feeling a little different about this one, though.
Definitely.
There isn't that same feeling of hopefulness in the air that if things just went a little different, maybe they could be onto something. Here, Electronic really stands as the only guy to accomplish anything for the side of BC.Game.
They full eco. They
Aragon even looked a little rough around the edges in some of these clears. He went from being the top performer of that series the other day to even just his very first gun round, the con moment that felt weird. Where he didn't clear any of his angles, just kind of gave a kill away on a silver platter.
And sure, it's a different scoreline, so that's partly why you're ecoing this instead of forcing. It's not 11-2 where you have to buy, essentially, but even just backs up the point that this does feel different. 3D Max, methodical mid-clear. Molly in the connector, up into mid. And for a team that played only 6 overpasses as a roster last year, it's looking solid right now. It's looking methodical. They had a variety of setups on the CT side. Weren't afraid to leave bomb sites open, make gambles. And it was a very punishing game. So already looking like a good sign for 3D Max on a map that they didn't favor.
Yeah, I also didn't think BC.Game made it particularly hard for them. A lot of the rounds were just kind of wherever you took the first contact, that's where the round was ending up, right? You fight a guy on A, okay, they're coming A, let's stack this bomb site. There wasn't a whole lot of trickery, and I think that is a bit of a disservice because Electronic was getting great results out towards Monster. You know he's a vocal player. You know one of the reasons they tried to make him an IGL in the first place is that he was very vocal in mid-rounds, very good at trying to call the movements of his team, a secondary caller, where Electronic did his best work, and so I have no doubt he was, you know, trying to get the rest of BC.Game to join him on these B missions. But that didn't happen. And I think, you know, if you did want to think about some missed opportunities there for BC.Game, it was to use the great game from Electronic in a better way. Because now they're left with this, one rifle round to try and change their fortune.
Yeah, it's now or never. It's now or Anubis. BC.Game banning Inferno out, surprising in this series, leaving it to a pick of 3D Max onto Anubis. A map that both teams have only played once. BC.Game online and 3D Max here won it yesterday. So here we go. What's this one rifle round got in store for BC.Game? Simple and Crazy start on that top site. We mentioned the Electronic and Aragorn hold of B was extremely reliable against Legacy. 3D Max looked to avoid it in this gun round. Up connector again, same play. Taking mid.
I like that they're not keeping the triple stack here for too long. Mutir is moving away, going to try and reinforce the top site. Simple and Crazy going to have their work cut out for them. There's the rifle delivering an opening, but an instant trade back for 3D Max. Only one player in the bomb site till Mutiris arrives.
Punishing right now. Mutiris has 1 kill in the game, Harry.
They could double that here, and it would go a long way to helping out his squad. Swing wide and deleted straight away. That is a super ugly spray for Crazy, and it delivers a multi-kill in these openings.
That's it. That might be round and maybe even game. A chance for Crazy, a chance for Mutiris, but they have not warmed into this map. Simple, hot trade from Body. And nothing to celebrate in this CT side for BC.Game, so it seems. Exercise even trying to punish. Save spotted.
The flash pumping, I'm gonna stay.
Ooh.
Oh, it's all going down.
Bit of a clash there. It was one of the big questions, right? Very different styles of Counter-Strike, very different personalities. And while it all gelled together beautifully yesterday, today there's a little bit more friction within BC.Game.
To be expected, especially in a match like this where BC.Game have not come close in their lost rounds. No nice tries, no near clutches. Flying is Electronic for his frag, but his teammates pay the price again. 3 on 4, and Lucky just doesn't want the smoke. They go into that top site. Simple's been chipped down and caught trying to reposition rather, drop that smoke. Body again punishing. 4v2. Feeling as good as done. 3D Max on a surprising map show up and absolutely spank BC.Game.
Yeah, just a failure to launch, really, for this BC.Game squad. And if you start slow versus a team like 3D Max, they will swallow you up. And that's exactly what's happened here on Overpass. Even this, looking forward for 3D Max in the rest of the tournament, could set a bit of a tone, right? You touched upon how they've largely dodged having to play on Overpass. Well, this one sends a message, man. That is a crazy dominant win. Rocking up, no ludicrous comeback, no signs of that ever happening in this map. BC.Game, they've got to lock in because Anubis calling next. 3D Max in full control. Yeah, I think they will have. Even the decision to go for it here and now, just try and strike a bit of fear into the hearts of other teams, right? It will no doubt be a pivotal map for some squads as they try to make a dash throughout Kraków.
Yeah, we saw a T-sided game yesterday between them and Foot on this map. Went to overtime, 3D Max picked it up. So starting on the expected to be harder half gives BC.Game the chance. They picked T-side. What have they got? Flash play ready at B. I want to pull that back out because BC.Game are here. This could get messy.
Flash in. They'll bring the fight to BCG.
Oh!
And it's a BFG for Lucky. The big guns do the damage. Electronic sole survivor, and not for long.
Just love everything about that. They don't rush that. They let BC.Game get optimistic about the B play. Body gets spotted, and then the flash pops. Everything about that is perfectly timed. Everyone looking, everyone blind.
I think one of the other things is, you know, talk about 3D Max, how they used to like this map, how they're already showing a willingness to bring it out early. When you kind of look at the components in this BC.Game squad, both teams that these kind of players, you know, occupied on the run-up to coming together inside of BCG, they did play Anubis, but it was far and away from being, you know, one of your go-to picks. Quite often a map that you'd be down to float.
Oops, simple. Oh, he doesn't... looking like he's not ready for that angle. Tries to face far with his team, but there's a hole in the wall, and they've shot him right through it.
Yeah, I think the other thing you're going to really struggle to get away from is, you know, you're a roster that hasn't even existed in this form for more than a month. You've likely focused on kind of shoring up a couple of maps for yourselves. Overpass supposed to be one of those for BCG. I don't know how much time or attention you've put to Anubis as a brand new challenge.
And then boom, a week ago it gets changed. So it's, even after it got added, still made a big disruption to it. Simple says he's happy with the map. Simple says he likes it. That's something.
I feel like there's a bit of a mountain of evidence as to why 3D Max are mega heavy favorites now that we've arrived here with them 1-0 up.
Just with the way they dominated that last map, it's a very aggressive team. And look at them, they've already got flash plays ready to peek through that window. Lucky with free nade damage. Not bad at all. They're going to reflash it. Watch out, 3D Max are coming in prepared. Cool ideas already being shown. A BC.Game just getting the round ripped from their hands. Oh, these nades.
And I do love that we're getting to see Anubis, you know, twice today. So close together, just getting to compare and contrast how Aurora, another strong Anubis team, took to this map. Comparing that to 3D Max and their approach.
And the thing that's really scary about 3D Max, I think, on the CT side of this map, is they're a team that we often see kind of wolf pack style, regrouping, re-pushing in mid-rounds. Well, that's what Anubis was all about. It was about regaining information in the downtime, figuring out where the T's are going, making risky decisions. 3D Max, think about how they play Ancient. Like, when they go cold on that map, they all just leave the bomb sites and fight for middle and clear out mid and then flank. So this is a perfect map for that kind of style. They love regrouping in mid-rounds on CT sides. And so whenever you look away, that's when 3D Max poke their head around the corner.
You know, I think they're already kind of making this a little obvious for you. It's like Aurora earlier on, they didn't really change the philosophy for their CT side. They've always been a squad that lent more into flexibility, being able to set up gambles quickly. For 3D Max, it's a lot more aggro, already trying to use this new hole in the wall to go and fight and stake their claim to control. Lucky's accidentally just made a step there on the hop down, and they do start to lose out on this grip of middle. Lucky with a pivotal kill there, alleviates a lot of the pressure. Mutir is all alone, coming off the back of a one-kill game.
And that was a set smoke to block the door side, but it wasn't a good one. We saw how Lucky used it against them, just playing on the edge of the smoke. The fact that he's able to drop out and still regroup with his teammate here to close the round, he was there to trade. Lucky 9-1 right now, Body 5-1, and 3D Max yet to drop a round. This is looking like a very scary start from 3D Max. Bringing some fight.
I am loving their use of this window. It's very, very cool. Using it in tandem with your dark player fighting, so you kind of get to double peek and duel for the stairs control. It's really nice, and I don't know, Concrete, how you're going to break through that. Molotov out towards the doors might be a nice start.
You just need those early conditioning nades to actually do some damage. If they're just going to be fighting in the window, get the molly in, get the nade in off spawn, buy yourself some time, and maybe some respect with it. 3D Max bring in the AWP. We saw how Woxic was trying to go for picks through that window earlier on. Let's see if Maka has similar ideas. He takes it towards B. Quick lurk smoke.
I want to pop in towards this B site. It's coming in fast. Body plays close to the smoke. Gravity trying to take attention away. They stop the spillover for a moment, but more players barreling through this smoke in main. They will gain some headway out towards B. Chance at the bomb plant now.
Big flank.
Exercise embarking on it. Lucky gonna go low and slow. Wait to see what Exercise can do on this wrap round.
Simple baiting for the round.
I think at this type of a scoreline, you're still very much interested because of this timing on the flank. Now, a lot of time is ticked off this bomb. If you are going to go for it, it's got to be soon. You got 2 full belts of util here for a last-second retake attempt. That swing just falling shy of the kills. They gave it a go in the 2-on-3. They wanted to go for a late-in-the-day retake. The BC.Game, in a series where they've never felt comfortable, they weren't about to rotate out super early there. They're taking nothing for granted.
That's a very good point. It's nice to not see BC.Game get ahead of themselves, realize it's a save, and oh, let's just run away, we're fine. And that's how you lose those rounds. We've seen a lot of those recently, right? Last second defuses, even yesterday. Halzog was able to get one over G2 on overpass. You can never get too comfortable. So, one exit. And BC.Game still take the round. Nice pop out of the B-bomb side there. Simple Zorb in play after finding Maka.
One thing you've already noted from these opening few games is this mid-fight, not really common in any capacity. Have yet to see anyone really swing and fight for the bridge, what with the point of contact kind of moving back towards the new window.
It's a new toy, everyone wants to play with it. Mid-smoke ready, a swing would be danger. Simple's on the line. Exercise. Blocking for a moment. Lucky 10-1, down to half. Is there a commitment here or a BC.Game just trying to push them back on middle? They have a lot of players scared of mid right now. The muscle memory kicking in there. That molly's not great. Doesn't burn out crazy. This B hit's coming in.
Still 3D Max are ahead of this with their moves. Maka just took a bit of a cursory glance in through main, sees no one deep. And so they get 4 players around to this B site. Surely this is enough to stop the push. Missed shot from Simple. Gravity still a threat. Maka's on his way over, but these smokes now going to fall into place, and that will allow a bomb plant here for BCG.
Difficult retake here. No utility to speak of. And they might just throw in the towel with the smokes down. It's a gamble coming through them. 3D Max look to play their economy. They've already started this game off very well. It's okay to give up a couple of early rounds. And BC.Game, they'll stay with the bomb. They'll be careful, but they're assured onto a second. Nice entry work from Electronic and Aragorn in what is a fully stacked bomb site.
Yeah, I think that's going to give you a big deal of faith in a way. If you're BCG, you know, you had nothing really to be happy about in this series. But breaking through a 4-man stack over towards B, no easy task. And after an overpass where the last thing you could say about this BC.Game squad was that you were able to back your aim on really anyone other than Electronic. All right, 3D Max calling in the timeout. Bit more fight left in BCG after all.
Yeah, some money decisions to be made. They can drop 2 guns, buy 4. It's definitely worth considering here. Or they can just full rifle round next and try and let that AWP get involved. No hurry here for 3D Max. Doing the hard work at the top of the game, those opening 4 rounds. So they'll take an eco. Things are a little bit freer. I want to see if they throw something aggressive in. Already seen some nice flash setups towards B and middle.
You know, even if this is a force buy, you're not up against much. There's 2 saved guns to worry about, and at worst, some pistols armor. There's Maka making the presence of that AWP known and actually going to feed Exercise a gun as well, getting out with the AK.
Seeing an AWP, you don't think the AWP's climbing up? Oh, nice shot. They want to rotate round back to A, though. They've got to get past Exercise with that AK up in the rug, so it's a B stack, or it's a surprising AK on the other side of the map.
And, you know, Exercise in this position, sure, he might not ever have a chance to fight in this round, but he's kind of here collecting all the info. You know that no one's out here towards A. Exercise is telling you as much. And so you're allowed to maintain a bit of a heavier B lean as a result, and he's even getting activated on this wrap round now.
Maka could go up B. It feels like to win this round, you might need Maka B. He's scared of mid lurks. But even just these little timings could assure you on the B hit right now. 30 seconds, they have to go to a site. Maka's moving in.
Exec's been rolled out. Nade on the smoke to break it open. 5-7 up close. You don't want to run the risk of falling down.
Ouch.
This hard-hitting pistol. Materis with a key trade. It's all chaos left to the captain, and he can't collect. Lucky farms down from dark.
Desperation. Going through that smoke there. I mean, a few more seconds, and they can wait it out. But they break it, they walk into the nade, that's just further damage.
I think it's just cognizant that whole time that, you know, there's all these gaps on the map open, all these timings are open, so they try and play through early, but little did they know 3D Max already had a perfect picture of the round. They already had all the info, and they had done really since the first 20 seconds of the round.
That's a really nice start of the round for Maka. It just forces BC.Game into the trap. 5-2 up. Off the back of an eco, no less. That wasn't even a full buy. They won't have the AWP saved over. Simple does. BC.Game feel like they might need his opening. Being given nothing in middle. Mid-control taken by Electronic. Look to lurk through later. They've read it. Perfect grenade. Low healthy, Lucky. They never cleared main. The regress is perfect. He never checked the corner.
I mean, you don't really have a leg to stand on in this round. You're 4v5, you've got no util or next to no util, 3 smokes left. It's enough for an exec, sure, but a man down, final 30-second play required. The moment you see this stream of util coming in, you're going to bite down on the rotates hard. Lucky even trying to lean just that little bit closer over towards A. If there's one dude you really don't want to run into right now, it's this guy. Lucky, 15-2 on the back of that mid-hold. Exercise here to finish the job. It's Simple getting run down. The AWP will connect for another. Simple! What are you doing? On for the ace. In comes Maka. Could stop this right now. That is nearly one hell of a return from Simple. But cut down shy of the ace clutch. 3D Max put a stop to him.
What's he meant to do? He can't fake that bomb. It's not reasonable. It's not fair. No chance but to stick it, and Maka swings into close. Simple puts on a show with a classic no-scope. All for naught. Takes nothing with him.
Nice!
Glimmers of greatness, but 3D Max surging towards that second stage.
Fast B-Pop feeling fired up after that last round. You try and go a little bit quicker here. But an immovable object at the back of B takes shape, electronic and simple. The duo side by side and getting cut down together. Exercise, it's all on rails. 3D Max taking strides towards the finish line.
Oh, some frustration here for BC.Game. What this game could have been, at least in the last map, you could say it was never close, right? They were never in with interesting rounds. But here, with that near ace clutch, with a couple of close 2v2s, with even a loss to an eco, you can feel the wheels falling off. Can Taz tighten those bolts? Mask off. Makazorp remains. There is that mid-nade, but Exercise just a little later to it. He actually smoked in anticipation of a Molotov with no molly. He just drops in. What? They're side by side in main. Gravity draws him in, and Exercise is read by Simple, who is maybe feeling fired up. Has he got more in store with this rifle called low in main, swapping out for the AWP? Maka might get this pick again. They don't know the AWP is here. They're going to find out the hard way. The call is A main low. Oh, they get a warning.
Oh, and that's going to beckon Simple in. He hears the shot and closes the distance into the Maka AWP. It took Simple a whole map to find his footing, find his form, feeling better now. Went swinging for a third, and it's big damage downrange on a Lucky. But now just Mutir is left.
Ollie is good.
Series has been struggling in, very much so. And they're already in through camera. Can't commit to this plant. Has to go for the gunfights. Mutir is dead to heaven. The wraparound from Lucky, perfectly played. And would you expect anything less from a guy approaching 20 kills? And we're not even near the end of the half yet. Still 2 more rounds to be played. Lucky might be on for an absolute blinder of a map.
18-3 is just out of this world when you consider everyone else is fragging as well. You'd think there's not enough to go around. Lucky is finding that impact. That's a kill to shut down Simple, who felt like he was on a heater, 2 kills deep. But 3D Max is just holding on. It just feels like a loose game now for BC.Game. Players making individual moves. Lucky again in the window, audacious.
Yeah, not even playing this position respectfully anymore, you know? They've dropped down through it at the start of these rounds. Lucky hiding out in the window, dodges that flash line up for Lucky. And he is living up to his name right now.
What a move as well, to hide in that window.
Fortune favors the bold, and I mean, Lucky is showcasing that. He is playing ballsy Counter-Strike. At 20-3, it's exactly what you want.
Might be more for him. Or lurks down in the water. An attempt at heroism denied by Lucky. 3rd headshot. One v5. Lucky is dropping in. Highlight hunting. And it's right there for the taking. Can Lucky find the final shot? Oh, denied by Crazy. 1v4, cooking with gas, but no bomb.
20
Gotta go back to
seconds.
mid. Mission for Gravity. Crazy! Crazy's grabbed it! Clues in the name, 4 frags in the round. Maka can just run away, he can drop window, he can disappear into the mist. Unwinnable, another ace clutch, not meant to be.
You've had this happen twice over now, and I mean, look, we're all kind of impressed at how close they're getting these ace clutch attempts. Simple with the first, Crazy gives it a go there, but time was always going to be the problem. And you know, the fact that these keep nearly coming through, it's screaming to a very confident 3D Max, down to fight. It's one guy, what's the worst that can happen?
Well, we're learning a lot from these early games from 3D Max. We're learning that if you want to take mid off of Lucky, you need a guy in water because he is shifting into the corner in the window and shooting players in the back. Done it numerous times. The drop into water. He is coming for stage 2 and no one is stopping him. Certainly not simple. 21-4 on Lucky.
I mean, like this is a map where if it was a bit more competitive here from BCG, Lucky could be on his way to breaking, you know, the regulation kill record. He's already put in a phenomenal half. Stands to sweeten the deal here and now.
Don't stop.
You know, anytime anyone's gone on to actually challenge the record, it's always been in long, drawn-out games. Makes a lot of sense.
Oh, what's the MR12 record? It's one thing to get 37 kills in MR15. Out middle now. They actually get control for once. BC.Game just get thrusted at by 3D Max and they get turned to mulch. A cocky call, but can you blame them here with 9 rounds on this CT side? BC.Game get the dregs. Scraps of a half.
I mean, look, we've had a couple of 1v5 attempts and they've always made it interesting. Let's see how Body does. Everyone's low. His time to shine. No. Shut down by Crazy. It's a 3rd round at the end of a grueling T-side. 3D Max stand just rounds away from locking in stage 2 and calling in this simple BC.Game project into question in that lower bracket. Lucky. Nah, this is all skill. 21-5 from the front man at 3D Max at the end of that first half. And even though there were some glimmers, some flourishes from Simple, it's largely been a game where he spent his head in his hands. A series in which BCG haven't really got going. A massive struggle back on Overpass. They're looking to dodge their second 13-3 finish back-to-back.
Well, 3D Max don't have the trophies to their name. They don't have the playoff runs, but we've always called this team a gatekeeper team. Consider the gate kept shut.
Yeah, I mean, this is the level that BCG are hoping to be playing up to, playing against, and you couldn't think of a more perfect matchup to illustrate just how hard these teams in the top 16 hit. 3D Max are the team that decide whether you are worthy.
Yes, definitely feels like a team who plan to level up into a new year. Lots of close runs, but also a team that grinded so many events, maybe too many events, came crashing down to the major. Can they lift up in a new year? This pistol would get them one step closer, walking through middle. BCG, everybody in mid right now, but shuffling through that camera smoke. Oh dear, Mutir is caught in the open despite his 5v4. There is no one here to stop him. They can go Temple.
Yeah, I think the plan was to actually lean in towards A. You've got Gravity lurking there with a flash to pop them through the camera smoke. You get that kill, though, on a repositioning Mutiris, and it feels like too much of an invitation to miss out on.
Yeah, Simple can't stop this bomb unless it stops in its tracks. Simple does find
It's
it.
another.
Oh, and Body with the trade 3-on-3 here. It's getting a bit messy. He can walk back to camera right now. They're going to fake out Temple into A. Aragorn, he's had a horrible series, but he could redeem himself with a round here.
Yeah, it was Aragorn really standing head and shoulders above the rest of the Portuguese players inside of this BCG squad in their opening series. But he has been dealt a rough hand here, never got going in the position to try and win this round, and he gets shut down, nothing done. Bomb planted, 3v2 post plant. BCG gonna shamble on over, but they are out of the picture here, surely.
Really nice mid-round for 3D Max. Just got to click a couple more buttons. Lucky. Good for it. Misses his shot, but a flash high sends Electronic out, and Crazy with a 180 needed. Not going to connect the dots. It's 3D Max with a pistol on top of a 9-round half. Meant to be right now. I love that call. I think it was always, to a degree, part of the plan to go back to A, right? Getting that temple control, showing some face towards B, but still with a player lurking A main, gave them options.
Yeah, and it's where, like, BCG actually kind of had the read on what was going to happen. They'd repositioned extra players to A in spite of the camera smoke. They were actually right in their initial read of the situation. That's where the misstep from Mutiris really stands out as the kind of big letdown of the round. You credit in the brain on him for piecing together what the idea was, only for him to then completely flub it and give the kill away. It changes everything.
They wanted to flash through the door, or rather the house in middle, but then it got mollied. And then Gravity just balls them with the MAC-10. Simple, Deeg armor. Smoked out. This is another 3D Max round. Simple may as well save that Kevlar.
Well, I'm about to say we'll maybe show how one-sided this series has been. I'm going to talk about Exercise buying the MP5 SD at this point in the game. You don't really get to see it. The MP7 very much having overshadowed it. Folks don't often get to don this gun.
MP7's better, obviously. It's obviously better. Not going to allow any MP5 love here. Ooh, you're silenced. Nice shot. Oh. Simple. Man. He's just trying to get highlight of the year in lost rounds today. A near ace clutch, a dirty Deeg triple.
You were maybe a little worried with the Deeg armor purchase. It's like he actually won't have enough cash to fully get everything he needs in the next round. Now he's just carved out his own little bank account there with kills on the exit. There's no doubt he's found his form on map 2, looking a damn sight better than how it started. It just feels like it's arrived way too late in the day.
I mean, it's not a one-man game, right? The whole team capitulating to a degree, not being able to close any rounds. 3D Max with great reads in that first half. Great mid-round moves. punishing towards the middle, where BC.Game tried to take numerous times. But I gotta say, BC.Game's util was really bad on the T side. Like, they didn't have good mid util to stop Lucky. Their mollies didn't do much. Their smokes didn't block him. Aragorn, get that out. They're coming. He's caught with nades out.
Yeah, you've not built the kind of repertoire to get respect from 3D Max in this game. They see that smoke come down just a second late, and they're going to walk right through it. Rotate out here towards mid.
Okay, good
Simple,
point.
keeping money in reserve, playing the D, gets cut down. Crazy will wrestle back with 2 of his own.
Gotta win this.
So a chance at the retake. Mutiris and Crazy side by side have got to combine if BC.Game want to hang around in this series, and they get annihilated. So many chances to close on Anubis, and you've only got one thing to worry about in this final round. Simple saved so he could bring out the AWP. He wanted to get to Donut at least once in this final round of play.
Yeah, I mean, he's playing Deagle in the previous round, keeping his MP5. You know, it's a desperate game for BC.Game, and it's just a bit of business here for 3D Max. Stage 2 awaiting them. 9 chances to close out on T-side Anubis. Simple takes his orb down to the dark, finds his pick that he's been waiting for. And so puts that orb to use and keeps mobile, getting involved elsewhere.
I think he feels it too. He feels that he's a lot more locked in. He's finally gotten switched online, but to have that feeling in round 16, 3-12 down, map 2 after getting destroyed on the opener.
He likes to hear that smoke. He's not overplaying the man advantage. Locks in a bomb site with Aragorn. Contains mid, allows a triple B. 3D Max far from committed to anything right now. They're looking at middle. No fight available. B hit it is. And so it won't be down to Simple in this round. It'll be down to the defense of this B site. Crazy. 13 and 13. He's got the numbers. Can he hold strong in this site?
Electronic with the flash. Blind is Crazy, still gets out with his. He'll hold the line for a double. That molly nearly spells his demise. But nearly's aren't going to cut it here for 3D Max. They give up on this round. They'll let it pass them by.
Go on then. Give us another legendary comeback. Why not?
I will say, I still don't think it's going to happen because 3D Max are playing really, really solid. They've got a lot of ideas. You know, that's like tip of the iceberg stuff right now. They're trying not to show too much on this T side. But Simple's had an undeniable uptick, and Crazy has actually been solid all throughout this map. You've got 2 of the 5 players feeling a bit more activated.
And you've got nothing to lose at this point in the game, right?
Yeah, right.
Apart from the game, just round by round Counter-Strike here for BC.Game. 12-4. Bit of a broken buy. 1 pistol, 4 rifles, 3D Max. They have the room to just throw in some rushes here and hope they can win off the entry.
Exactly, yeah. That's the one huge benefit you've got calling from such a massive lead. You can explore the full breadth of the strat book. You can play with pace.
And Aragorn, you know, we saw that 1 round on A, not really getting any respect, expecting it, delayed nades. He's 4 and 12, so might be tempting here for 3D Max. Not in this round, they're spread thin. Let the rifles work it. Simple smoked off. But even this fight is a bit more uncomfortable. You can see him like looking towards water. He realizes nothing's guaranteed. You could just be punished from down below. Simple smoke. Won't be respected. So they take the mid control back.
Do have a nade to break open this smoke. They're just going to swing on around it. Simple caught, scoped in on that smoke fade. Now it falls to Aragorn. He's had a really tough time, and it won't get any easier here. So yeah, it's not as dominant a loss as they fielded back on their pick of Overpass, but that is where the list of positives begins and ends for BC.Game. 3D Max do not entertain the comeback. And teed up now in a 5-on-3 post plant. They're looking to move into stage 2 here and now, and they will do it cleanly. No challenge for 3D Max. And stage 2 awaits. You said that this team wants to level up, that they want to try and go further, hit harder in 2026.